Aren't you glad we're playing auras?
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Eriette of the Charmed Apple. Eriette wants you to enchant your creatures and your opponents because when you have auras in play, she's going to drain your opponents for life in your end step. She also makes it so enchanted creatures can't attack you. They can still block, but if they're unable to deal damage to you, you can just build up a board and hope that Eriette drains your opponent for lethal. This deck is running auras and aura synergy, things that are able to get additional auras out of their deck or grow and draw you cards as you cast auras. We even have some creatures that can generate auras just by paying a little bit of mana each turn. And we're even running some cool new auras like Grievous Wound, which double up your damage, taking out your opponents even faster. Combine that with the Eerie and Constellation abilities that trigger on auras entering, and you have a ton of value off of your Orzhov auras. The curve, you'll notice, is super low because almost every aura worth playing is only a couple mana. Maybe it's 1 mana for something that makes your creatures huge, like the classic Ethereal Armor, or maybe it's something that can take out your opponent's things by exiling them or growing them. You have even some newer auras that came out before this commander did that are just general removal in the form of an aura. Why just stop something from blocking when you can completely take it off the battlefield with something like Ossification or Sheltered by Ghosts? This card in particular is also especially good because it helps protect your creatures. Before we go into the gameplay, I do want to say thank you so much to Brian, who actually requested this deck through our membership program. So thank you so much, Brian, for supporting the channel and requesting this commander. So now, without further ado, let's get into the queue. Nadu Winged Wisdom, unfortunately, is going to be rewarded as we target their permanents. I go second, and I have sort of 2 lands. That's enough for me to try to ossify their commander, but they can possibly protect it. And I would like to have more mana, so I'm gonna mulligan. This is kind of similarly not really what I want, but I'll keep it. Okay, they got a Chrome Mox on turn 1. And a Leather Armor, which you can equip for free. They'll be able to get their commander out next turn. I have nothing until turn 3. I didn't get any of my auras, positive or negative. And now they get a trigger from Nadu. I can make a glittery critter soon. A little glitter critter. I know how to say things. Also, now they have Ward 1, so my ability to touch the Nadu is tough. Scoot Swarm is going to be swarming and scooting. They're up to 4 so far. There's a Spark Double for more Nadu. I think we can leave. But, you know, I do have 1 card. There's literally 1 card that can take out a Scoot Swarm. I think we go for it. I can tutor for it next turn. But I want them to get to 6 first. You think I should just delete this game from my memory? No. We let them landfall. Nadu's not a May ability. Maybe I can force them to get triggers. Yes. Springheart and Entuko, make more tokens. Guys, I need my Curse of Trespassing. Because they're about to start bugging me. I just have to, like, not die first. Okay, do I set up a land first? Or do I Heliod's Pilgrim? Hopes of a block. Yeah, I'm going to Architect / Restoration. Grab a land. Play said land. Yeah, the Nadu be Naduin. Trespasser Curse. Whenever an enchanted player has a creature enter, they lose a life and gain a life. You see? I have a way out. It's not a good way out, but that's why we try. Please stop hitting lands now. I need the curse out first. I had no way to get the curse out last turn. I'm cursing you next turn. I wish I could curse you and also touch your creatures, because I think I'm just gonna be dead from the ones already in play. Stop! It's fine. Maybe they'll, like, take a game action without realizing that it will kill them. Maybe I will simply naturally draw the card because I'm just that good. Thank you so much, Nick. Aww. Heart of the cards. Okay, you're right, Nick. I have to believe in the heart of the cards. I have literally one draw that could get me there. It's okay, didn't get it.
Grandpa's deck has no use.
My grandfather's deck has no useless cards. Nick, you're wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, let me curse this guy. Nick actually watched me build this deck. That's my partner. And the whole time he was like, why do you keep yelling about cursing people? It's like, oh, what else am I supposed to do with my life? All right, y'all. I'm up to 9 life. Can they resist play? Oh my God, they... Game action addiction is a serious problem. Game action addiction kills. Game action addiction... It's really helpful, man. Really helpful. All they had to do was press spacebar a couple times. But, like, you know, Nadu players, Landfall players, Simic players, they would never do that. When instead, they could play another land. It's probably second nature to them. They didn't even read it. They're like, ah, Curse of Trespassing. What's that? Some random jank common from M. Unket? I think it might have been an uncommon. But it was a, I think a common in Remastered. So yeah, I'm cursing you. Curses, curses, curses on your family. Negative aura, no riz, L. I learned that from chat. Chat taught me that one. Die, Nadu. Oh, it was originally common. Die. Ah, I totally deserve that one. Zurgo, Thunder's Decree, a Mardu aggro commander that's going to be swinging in, making tokens, and then not sacrificing those tokens because of Zurgo's text, which is you don't sacrifice your warrior tokens. But only during your end step. It's like a very specific line of text that is purely to be around mobilize. Zurgo's going to be going wide, though, swinging in, and possibly playing some other mobilize cards, though admittedly, most Zurgo decks I've run into do not need to run them, and so they don't run them. It's one of those things where, like, Zurgo is strong enough that you don't really need other token generators. You just need things to buff your tokens. Or I should say, specifically, you don't need more mobilize token makers. You don't need the warrior tokens. You can still play things like Adeline and Pakal, because you're in the right colors for it, so you might as well. Maybe even an Ishin to double his triggers. So I've got an Esper Sentinel in case they want to dare cast non-creature spells. The Glyph Elemental, it is currently an aura, and it will be growing my Esper Sentinel. Oh, Mind Spike. They can choose to hit my aura! Dang. At least I got Landfall, so I'll have the world's thickest Esper Sentinel here. I could either play SRAM, Victor, or Eriette. I'm gonna go for Eriette because I don't actually have another aura in hand here, which is... Sure, I don't need that. Oh yeah, they're probably playing Voice of Victory. That's another very good just mono-white aggro piece. Also stops your opponent from casting spells on your turn, which... Yeah, stop it, counter spells. Nobody likes you. They're at 3 mana. Is it time for Zurgo? Also, let's go extra large Esper Sentinel. Let's get down SRAM and Kaya's Ghost Form. I'm actually going to protect SRAM over Eriette This is because Eriette, being my commander, I can play again. I can't play SRAM again. If he dies, he dies. And they are down to 13 life thanks to our Aura Drain. Oh, somebody's asking if I've made a speed demon deck. I haven't. I'll probably die to my own card draw if I do, though. Speed up, cards drawn, we die. If you clone Zurgo with a red spell that says sacrifice this at end step, would it live? Yes. But it would probably die to legend rule at the moment you make it. Alright, this should be sweet. I will actually bolt this in as a land, because I want to show off what I can do with some of these auras. I'm going to play Victor, because he has an Eerie trigger, which is like Constellation, but it also counts rooms, none of which are in this deck. And I get to pick one of my two opponent's creatures. One of them can't attack, and one of them is going to be sacrificed. So I'm going to choose Zurgo can't attack, and that's because of Eriette's passive. Also, if damage is dealt to it, it would die, and they have to sacrifice their other creature. In a pinch, by the way, you can actually enchant your own creatures with Sporogenic Infection. Village Rites, they're sacrificing it before they could sacrifice it, which triggers Esper Sentinel because they cast this. And I will swing in with all of these. Zurgo can still block, but any damage dealt to him will kill him. We get them down to 4, and then we drain them for another 3. Thank you, Eriette. Thank you, Eriette. They're having an impact. Would be a lot better if they could attack with Zurgo, but they can't attack with Zurgo. And they're making 1 warrior token just to show me what's good. Hello. And, yeah, that's, I guess we can just, I don't know, I wish we could type gamer. We don't have gamer here. I'm gonna type sand. Oh, wait, peasant! Sorry for wasting your time, opponent, but, I'm just, like, really excited that I get to do this. Because I've been losing a lot with this deck. Jeez, Zurgo. Narrative, Heart of the Storm. Doubles up damage from permanents that entered that turn. Whether that's things with haste or tokens that came in off, say, mobilize. It makes a lot of damage happen. I'm going to do some damage to myself. I'm going to command tower, seize those things. All right, what kind of things you got? Big spender? All right, that's the only creature, so I'm going to hit that. Shambling Vent comes in tapped. Bitter Blossom's going to be making lots of creatures. Hopefully not ones with haste, though. There are some ways to, like, give them all haste. They can also just, like, sacrifice them. Let's bring out Eriette. Would you like to deal no damage to it? I see your Kabira takedown that is just itching to smash for 0. And here comes Nerev. I kind of wish Nerev had haste, but that would be OP because it'd be like slam for 8 the turn it comes down. Let's start making use of these auras. I am going to enchant your Fairy Rogue. So you have to sacrifice a creature. Yeah, because we know they have village rights. That works for me. But I wanted to make sure they couldn't sacrifice Nerev. And now he's a reprobate. So he's not doing anything. He's a coward. And cowards can't block warriors. Not a warrior. Human warlock. I mean, it's got war in it. Shock Brigade. They're up to 3 creatures. The takedown's starting to get there. Ragavan! Hello, Mr. Monkey Man. And now Ariette's dead. Okay, I'll move her to the command zone and swap over to another enchantment thing in the meantime. My ghostly dancers. Ooh, or Pearlier. Soon, Pearlier, soon. Ghostly dancers is going to let me bring back this aura. Perfect. It's not a very useful aura here, but I'm still going to use it. And they're stealing from me with your Mardu tokens. I'll be spitting out spirits, which I guess will trade with their fairy rogues. I can play Pearl Ear, which will discount all of my enchantments because I have auras in play. And possibly draw me some cards. Pearl Ear's cool. It's so strange how there's like the Kamigawa foxes are just like all about auras. Well, they are probably seeing 3 terrible cards that are like bad aura and enchantment synergy, and they're like, I don't know why you want any of those. Well, maybe I don't want any of those. Sky Knight's Wire is gonna gonna grow and eventually get flying. Okay, Clawing Torment's sweet. If I have Eriette out, it both stops attacks and blocks. So let's go for Eriette. And I know I could kill Ragavan with this. This is way more important to me. Clawing! We're clawing. Nice. So this can't attack. It can't block. It's gonna lose them a life each turn. One of the best cards for Eriette. You think it's because Box is beautiful? Oh god. Speaking of beauty, hey Elspeth, Stormslayer, you about to make your board beautiful with some +1/+1 counters and flying? Thankfully, I have flyers. I got the Ghostly Dancer and her best friend. Yeah, they're reading Sky Knight's Wire like, why is this? It's because of Eriette. I like how it just has like a caution symbol on it. Like, hey man, there's something messed up over here. I don't know what it is. I'm a computer. But something's messed up. You better read your card. Flying monkey. Very few auras can take out planeswalkers, though, which is a bit of a problem for me. I will play Pearl Ear. I'm like trying to think like what can I do? I know what I can do. I'm gonna go for like a weird ass piece of jank value. Oh, but if I attack, they'll be able to block with this. I can take it out. So I'm attacking with Ghostly Dancers. Using Fungal Fortitude to get some more damage. And another one of these. When this dies, it will come back to play and bring back the Fungal Fortitude. I could go for draining a little more damage. Yeah, if I have this, it'll die, bring this back, and then I can cast it again to protect it. Why does it return Fortitude? Because when it enters, it returns an enchantment card from my graveyard to my hand. And it has an enchantment that falls off when it dies. Stop getting bigger! Whatever, get out of here, monkey. Yeah, Sporogenic Infection is a weird one, but I can always, like, enchant my stuff, too. Get kind of silly with it. Okay. I want more of the 3/1s. I'm trying to keep pace with this Elspeth. She's terrifying. Hey, look, it's back! I've established a slow and bad loop. What is your response? Yeah, there's another slow and bad loop of the same type in this deck. Because there's a couple things that, like, enter and bring back an enchantment card. I think the other one is... Neriv? It was, it's like an Orzhov uncommon. Oh, I don't have Sun Titan in the deck, but that does also work. We can make the slower, badder loop. Well, they're losing... Hey, wait a minute, what? You stole my Overwhelming Splendor? Oh, no. I think I took out most of the cards that can deal with that. So that's a problem. So, yeah, they had stolen something at the start of the game. It was that. Heist some crappy uncommon. No, they chose the highest cost card in my deck. And they got to use it. This won't do anything because it's a 1/1 with no other abilities. I think they'll just have lethal in the air. Ah, dang! Defeated with my own curse! Curses. Foiled again. Oh, hey, Aurelia. You don't need 2 combats to kill me. Not with Elspeth out. Elspeth? So good. So strong. Narrative didn't really do much. But it's still cool. It would have done a lot of damage with Aurelia. Because Aurelia has haste. GG. Neriv, Heart of the Storm, again, going to be increasing the damage of cards that come in on that turn. I have a Slow 'em Down aura, a Protection aura, and Giver of Runes to also help protect me. Though they're in the same colors as me, so I could possibly be knocking off some of my auras with this. Still, I think a keepable hand. Let's bring out my tiny core cleric. Go to the core things. This removes abilities while it's in play, but it goes away after a couple turns. So it should be just fine. I don't know what they have, but I don't think it's going to be anything with flash. Ooh, a Reckless Stormseeker. A hasty creature that would get its damage doubled by Neriv. If I'd left this back, I guess I could have set up a trade for it, but I don't think that's something I really want to do. Giving this haste next turn is something kind of scary, because that would be 10 damage in the air. So I'm going to remove this guy's abilities for now and swing in, because I have nothing to protect. Except for me and my life total. Yeah, they're too busy rolling that boulder. Yeah, Neriv with haste and an extra damage would just be a lot going on. play Eriette. And since I can protect Eriette, I'm going to do something kind of weird. I'm going to put Sentinel's Eyes on their creature. Neriv cannot attack or block if Eriette's in play. Or sorry, can't attack. Can block. I really wish you were attack or block. Like, just turn every aura into a pacify. Doug Dimmadane, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadane. This will still have its ability, though. It just can't attack me. All right. Oh, that's not just to players. Okay. Now Nerve can attack again. That's fine. I have the mana to play it again. Once again, Eriette. And yet, it's Et. Gonna take out my Giver of Runes. Yeah. So that's what was going to happen if I gave protection last turn, is they would have Lightning Axed in response. Eriette, protect me. I made their narrative bigger. I'll have protection for Eriette next turn. Fungal Fortitude and Shard Mage's Rescue are both protection. And I can also curse them. I'm not sure I want to curse them. I feel like these are better. Oh, hey, Zergo. You don't have haste, right? Nope, I'm getting cursed. I assume you curse Eriette, so she costs like 7 mana if she dies again. Oh, 9 mana if she dies again. Or maybe there's an aura that are scared of. Nope. Just hitting that Eriette. I can technically enchant some of their creatures with these. It's not worth it. I'm going to Heliod's Pilgrim for removal for Zergo. Funny removal. Stealing removal. What if I just, like, made my commander big? Now, let's go with the, this is one of my favorite pieces of removal for this deck. Clawing Torment. This cannot attack, it cannot block, and it will lose them life every turn. And I'm gonna hold up the Shard Mage's Rescue. So I guess I can curse Neriv. And the RIV. Heartless Storm. The other one is technically in Arena, but not playable. And they have 2 more turns until their punishment is over. It cannot attack because Eriette's in play. Yes. A slow drain. Eriette has text! She does! It's not always, like, going. Alright, next turn this can give something haste. Ooh, Shivan Devastator. This can only enchant a creature I control, so I cannot stop that from dealing 6 damage to my face, but I'm at 29, so, like, we're good. Four damage. I don't really want them to sacrifice anything. This is better, like, earlier on an emptier board. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass through. They lose 4. Then they lose another. If I wanted to, like, just get 3 more damage, I could have thrown these onto my creatures. Alright. It's also nighttime. Nighttime! Hi, Adeline. Wait until they target Adeline to give her haste and also trample. No, they're going on the Devastator? Okay. Yeah. If it dies, it returns under your control. but also it can't attack me. So we're good. You have 4 life? Okay, one sec. I don't think you have removal, so I'm going to throw down this. And then I'm going to use this, targeting myself. Yes, I know that's weird, but there's no auras on this Pilgrim. We go to end step, and they lose 6. A weird way to win, but if it works, it works. Yeah, it would return as a 0/0, which is still good. Loot, the Pathfinder. Can deal 3 damage, draw 3 cards, or make 3 mana of a color. I guess I have ways to remove abilities or add abilities. It seems like it'll work, but it's a kind of slow hand. Honestly, one of the better cases for this hand, I think, is if they play like a Llanowar Elf, I can kill the Llanowar Elf. I think Clawing Torment is one of like my favorite cards for Eriette. Okay, well, unfortunately, the Goose does not get tormented. I cannot torment the Goose. I can remove the Goose's abilities, but I'd kind of rather save it for something better. Doesn't matter. You gotta bolt the bird. You gotta punish the Goose. Yup. Gotta punish the Goose, guys. Gotta cook it. I don't know if this is cooking. Gotta noose the Goose. Somebody's asking, do I have a paper list for the new Codis in the works? I don't. As far as crime goes, I have an updated Jasper Flint deck. And I also have a... I don't know what's going on here. Are you gonna bolt Eriette if I do this? I'd rather you not, but like, I'm still gonna risk this. Okay, it is bolt. Codis is just not a card I've opened yet. And since I was also working on Deadpool crime, you know, crime can wait. Geese are already torment made flesh. They truly are. Am I about to get mana drained? I'd really like to not get mana drained. Okay, good. That's tapped. Is Deadpool coming to Arena? I don't think so. Unless they put him into one of the other Marvel sets. Meekromancer. What kind of meek are you going to romance? They've already got Lightning Bolt. Essence Flux. Oh. You can use that to blink Loot to reset his abilities. Loot's a 2/4, so he does not die to Nowhere to Run, which... Boo. I'll play Eriette. Ooh, Terror of the Peaks. I have a way to kill this. It will lose me some life, but it might be necessary because that's a Terror of the Peaks. No, I'm brave and I want Eriette Tron. Eriette Tron active, gain me life. I see a line for next turn that would kill Eriette. But I just accept this. Bet Eriette. No, don't bounce her, please. Auras are already so fragile. Aw. Okay. At least I could recast Sentinel's eyes. His special eyes. There's a much simpler way to get rid of Eriette. At least I can play her again. They have 4 mana up. Oh, Authority stops loot from being used right away. I'm into that. Authority of the consoles. Is it getting countered or anything? Remanded. Alright, goes back in my hand. They draw a card. I'm going to try to kill this Aether Channeler. They have the Essence Flux. But it makes them use the Essence Flux here, which is what I'm trying to get them to do. Aw, they took out my Hollowed Haunting. Holla holla. Loot! Be sideways! They deal 2 damage and take out a cleric. Yeah, with the amount of interaction that's in Brawl, like, Voltroning onto stuff does not really work. It's fun to try, though. Taking out what I can. Making a marginally larger thing. No holla because it's Passover. That's true. I am recording this in Passover. Go, my specialize! Yeah, Light Pause is more like, hey, did your opponent not get interaction? Awesome, you win. Because you, like, all that glitters into ethereal armor. Well, I'm all out of card advantage. They have a loot, which can get them card advantage. And damage. And mana. I just noticed they have some like fancy lands over there. Like the swagged up. That's a regular one. Oh, an Oliphant! Oh, 6 damage! Yay, 1 life. Yeah, Eriette, like, she's doing what she can. They hit me for 4 down there, 5 up here, and they're still gonna have some extra damage if they want it. They have red or any color up. Aw, Spellbook Vendor's so cute. It is not casting, but I still like it. So I guess I'll and try to get some Specialize all up in here. You gonna bolt this? Okay, cool. Okay, everybody's out. Now I got 2 special little guys. And they'll both swinging in. This will get me a scry. If it's a land, we throw it to the bottom. Yep, just like that. Am I probably dead? Yeah, absolutely. But I'm going down swinging. Who knows? Maybe I'll get to gain 2 whole life. Okay. What are you doing? They're gonna draw 3. Okay. Do I stream on any other platforms? Just on Twitch. YouTube videos and Twitch. They still have something they can do from what they drew. I don't love that. Oh no, they hit Boseiju! Aww. Well, at least I got a land. Yeah, down to 6. I'm up to 12. Loot can deal 7 damage on its own because they have not bolted yet. Alright, hello, Oliphant. I'm sorry, I forgot that you give trample. It's fine. Just, prevent some damage. Both the spirits will die, Eriette and the Spellbook Vendor will die. It's fine. But I need to not die. And I'm not sure if I survive this. Mm-hmm. I lived. Okay. I die. I'm at 1. 1 is in 0. Do you have another creature that can enter? They deal damage, okay? They can eat food. They're up to 9 life. Just like Richard Garfield intended. Alright, gamers. Let's drain them for 1. Honestly, I think a closer game than we really deserve. But I'm down for it. Oh, hi, extremely tapped Bonnie Paul. I gain a life. But then I'm gonna take, like, 14. Oh, wait, but I gain another life. GG loot. Domri Chaos Bringer. This Domri is going to be rioting, making beasts. And, I guess this hand's alright. I can turn something into a reprobate, but not him. Very few auras hit planeswalkers. I am running some that hit planeswalkers. But for the most part, you can really only enchant creatures. Hey, Domri. Oh, and Riot is haste or +1/+1 counter. I have a feeling it's just gonna get Gruul aggro up in here. And they're gonna make their army grow. I have one of those funky digital-only cards in here, Mothlight Processionist. Start with it. And I will be able to make copies of it as I get more enchantments. See if they play, like, I don't know, a Llanowar Elf or something. They didn't on turn 1, they could have. They scry away. Alright, then I guess I'll play Eriette. No auras, no problem. And all of my enchantments have Convoke, so I can cast, like, Grievous Wounds next turn if these guys are still alive. I would actually love to cast Grievous Wounds next turn and then just deal them half their damage. If you're wondering, why is this in here? It's a curse. That means it's an aura. Okay, well, it's not technically a curse. It functions like a curse, though. Curse you, a blocker! I'm gonna go Reprobation, more of this, some of this. Ooh, Fury. Do you kill Eriette? Or Mothlight? Okay. since I don't have anything to follow up on. Do it like that. Nice. I remember actually Mark Rosewater had answered why this wasn't a curse, and it's like they just didn't want to introduce it as a one-off in the set. I think they should have made it a curse for curse decks. Hiya, Domri. Domri can either plus, get an extra mana, or minus to get a bunch of creatures. So it looks like they're grabbing some mana, but not doing anything with it. I'm gonna go Grievous Wounds. Not tapping these because I want to hit them this turn. If they like both hit, these are separate. So they were at 20. Now they're at 8. They've been dealt combat damage. So they lose 4 to that, and then they lose half more. Make my ag grow. A -3, finding some creatures. Oracle of Moldiah, that's a good one. Lets them play additional lands and lands off the top of their deck. They're playing a land first, so I'm guessing they're not going for that. Nope, it's the monkey. So this needs to go because whenever they cast a creature, they can destroy an enchantment. And I can't let that happen. Do I have lethal off swinging in the air? No. So I will remove. They will gain a bunch of... Oh, no, they can't gain life because of Grievous Wound. Oh, gorgeous. Love that for me. I can... I still can Glasswing Grace because of the Convoke. I think I just want to, like, swing in, take things out. And I'm going to follow up with Hallowed Haunting after. They go to 2. We get our eerie triggers. They go away, though. And I'm going to keep this in hand in case I need some evasion. Yeah, I forgot. Enchanted player can't gain life. Number go down. They're killing Domri because they need something. And they don't find anything. Sorry, Bob. It looks like it's a very, very bad injury. Worse than a stab wound, it's a grievous wound. GG. Tatiova, Benthic, Druid. It's a landfall, Commander, and the lands will be falling, taking us down as they draw cards and gain life. Maybe I can at least stop the, like, gain life part of it. But I don't know if I want this hand. This hand, like, I can kill an elf. Maybe I can kill Tatiova. Splendor's cool, but they probably have ways to counter it or remove it. It's too slow for Hallowed Haunting. I think I need to mulligan. Okay, I've got Make My Creatures Grow and Get Out of Here. I'll keep this and see if I can bring myself to a nice little win. I can play the Scavenger on turn 1, Sentinel's Eyes on turn 2 with the Shadowy Backstreet. It's a much leaner hand. Watch them, like, immediately play something that's like, yeah, you needed to kill that. They go first. No, they're going for a Hedge Maze. Oh, I'll play the Snarl first. It comes in untapped. I usually don't actually play Snarls in my decks, but I was looking for just, like, as much black-white fixing that could possibly come in untapped, and it's done all right for me, so that's pretty good. Orzhov is not particularly good at fixing. They don't really make many treasures unless you're doing sacrifice stuff in black. off-color fetch. Oh, Eriette deck, or sorry, not Eriette, Tatiova decks will be running every single fetch that can get them green and blue, because they're a landfall deck. And that's what you do when you're a landfall deck. Scavenger, gonna make you grow. Let's see what's on top of the deck. It's an Arcane Signet. I'm actually gonna drop that. Swinging for 3. They're up to 4 mana. Reliquary Tower means they don't have to worry about hand size, and they're exploring, putting additional lands into play. Still 3 mana up. And they spelunk, which means that all of their lands will be coming in untapped. Even things like this that say they enter tapped. It's very cool. I'm going to play Eriette and swing in. Next turn, probably Elspeth's Nightmare and Swords to Plowshare. Or Get Lost, kind of depending. Spelunk is a fun word. Spelunking is like cave diving, right? I think it's the sound of you dropping something into water, too. Spelunk. Not quite a sploosh. Oh, and the reason I did not hold up the removal here is because they're going to get at least a trigger at Tatiova. Like, I could respond to the trigger, but stopping a Tatiova from getting value, unless you're countering her, it just doesn't happen. Ooh, I'll try this ossification first. Enchant my land. Get some triggers. Let's get a counter on Eriette. Spread the love. They're besieging the ossification. Okay. I'll get land. Thanks. Die? Cool. Hey, way to go! Thank you for the 14-month resub. Look, those will help you find more lands. You love lands. I'm gonna play the Fel the Profane as a land. And they're going to lose 1, since they got rid of my other aura. Oh, I'm so tired of these tireless provisioners. They get another fetch, a Fabled Passage. They've already seen Prismatic Vista, Wooded Foothills. Blue, blue, green, green. Either 2 of these. You want to play Tatiova again? You got the mana for it. Nope, they're getting more lands. Oh, and an extra turn. Okay, great. So how's everybody doing? Like watching landfall players make lands fall? Tatiova comes down, they play a land for a turn, drawing a card, gaining a life, making a treasure. And they still have 5 mana up, so they could do some more stuff. Like Flare of Cultivation, which will put another land into play. I would love to have more landfall hate. I feel like white needs more landfall hate that's not just stopping enter the battlefield effects. Because things like Elish Norn do work, but they're so, like, entirely unfun that it just doesn't feel right. Let's go for Elspeth's Nightmare. I would like you to grow. Take you down. I'm going to swing in with the Optimistic Scavenger and Eriette. I'm gonna gain you some life. I'm going to exile Tatiova. Tireless Provisioner has given them enough mana that they can easily play her again. But hopefully, like, they can't play her again and do something else. I don't know. I'm doing my best here to deal with Tatiova, but, like, Orzhov Aura's value is much less than Simic Landfall value. And they're bouncing my Optimistic Scavenger and taking yet another extra turn. How Simic of you. Okay, they swing in for 3. A target effect that prevents entered effects of a specific permanent type. Yeah, or even just like blue has Confounding Conundrum. Confounding Conundrum to me is a card that should have been in white. Because white punishes you for doing things beyond normal. Are you having multiple creatures attack? That's an excess. Are you drawing additional cards? That's an excess. Those things get punished by white cards. And I feel like Confounding Conundrum. You've had 2 lands enter on the turn. No. Put that one back would be great for white to have. Also, putting it in blue is like, blue has enough. Pithing Needle for landfall. Yeah, it's something where it's like you name the type. White gets land tax. Yeah, like you have more lands. You are in excess. I get land. All right, let's see what they got. Ugh, Ashaya, that's more landfall. Stop. At least they haven't made any food. Okay, let's check out what's in their hand. Hawk and Kami of Bamboo Groves. Human. Because of their, let's say, high chances of either locking out the game or just taking me out here, I think I'm going to use the One Ring over Hallowed Haunting. Just protect myself. Also, if they play Pock here, I'm going to be pretty upset. So let's see what happens. Might just fast forward through this for the video. Cheese Weasel, thank you also for the sub. And Kokani, thank you for the sub. Why'd you do that? Okay, well, they entered into an infinite loop. And, yeah, it takes about 4 to 7 minutes to resolve this loop. All things dependent. And, yeah, so what's happening here is Ashaya means your non-token creatures are lands. Hawk enters and sees himself as the first land that's entered while he's in play. So he makes a copy of himself, which sees himself as the first land that entered this turn. So they're actually not going to deck themselves because of how these triggers are going to resolve. They're always going to be getting the Hawk and then everything else. Like, I guess you could probably manipulate it to, like, you're drawing and maybe you have a way to stop it if you sacrifice Ashaya specifically. So yeah, we'll fast forward to the end of the this. Oh, they conceded. Okay, they saved me the trouble. It was going to be a draw. What was going to happen is the stack was going to continue to grow. They are unable to affect the board state. Yes, they could technically gain infinite life, but they have nothing to do with it. So nobody wins. I don't win, you don't win. They don't have a way to deal damage to me anyway. Maybe they didn't know. Maybe they did it on purpose. I don't know. Nicol Bolas God Pharaoh. I've run into this player before, and I'm going to tell you right now, they played the deck wrong because they use the +1 ability. The card should be errata. There should be no +1. It's all about the crime. And Jeff is playing crime. That's what the deck is. I'm going to start with this land since it comes in tapped, and probably go for Light Paws next turn. Ooh, or even Spirit Dancer, since my aura choices are sus here. See if I can draw some stuff. Hello, Ragavan. Hasting out, swinging at me, and then hopping back into hand. They hit a land. Hey, I needed that, actually. That land. I wanted it. Okay, well, I ended up with this. That's fine. With nothing good to enchant, I'm going to bring out Eriette and swing in for 2. Oh, there's a cat in here. Hello, Scraps. Would you like to come up and be in the video? The whole family gets to show up today. Hello, girl. How long have you been in this room? Was she in the corner? Did you spook her out? No, she's just a baby? That's so sweet. I'm gonna play Core Spirit Dancer. And then Call Fear of Ridicule Reprobate. Light Paws is going to get a trigger and let me grab an aura for myself to put onto my creature. And I'm feeling Imbigonate. What do y'all think? Imbigonate? Exile that treasure? Protections? Let's go Imbigonate. They can block. Yeah, Scraps, you're so cute. Come here. Come here, let's play some auras. Yeah, wah! Oh, cute. They throw this back, and they're going to get a card from my deck. What? How come you get freaking Perforator Crocodile? I should control those auras. That's my Perforator Crocodile. I have legit seen this once, and it was against like an Elish Norn deck. That's fine. The stab wounds will stick around. Alright, let's see. Jail. You can block. Whatever, I'm gonna have a series of extremely stabbed creatures. It's fine. I love that this is +2/+2 for each aura attached to it, but it's getting -2/-2. That's why it's alive. They didn't play anything, which is kind of freaking me out. I'm gonna play this Optimistic Scavenger. This is the only thing with Ward, but I want to spread the love, so I'm going to throw Ethereal Armor onto Killian. I know put it on the Spirit Dancer, gets more damage. Okay, but they had something. It's Gale's Redirection, which is, yes, it's going to steal that aura from them. Or 4 of them. Yes, I'll draw a card. I don't have enough to attack with that. If I want to draw another card, I could technically turn something into a Reprobate. Let's get a counter here. Make my monster grow. Alright, so they have Ethereal Armor. I'm at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. If I turn Optimistic Scavenger into a Reprobate or one of the others, I think I can actually get enough damage with Light Paws to end the game. Sweet. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars, and thank you, Scraps, for showing up too. This episode of Brawl Stars was actually a request from Brian, who is one of our big dog subscribers, one of the members over on YouTube. So thank you so much, Brian, for supporting my channel and for requesting Eriette of the Charmed Apple. Eriette had some trouble. I think that Eriette is one of those kind of fragile commanders because it's Orzhov auras, which does have some very cool synergy pieces like Pearlier and Light Paws, Core Spirit Dancer, and SRAM, but those are very far between, and they're also very reliant on auras. But I think I did my best with it, putting in enchantment synergy, the best auras that I could find, and a couple non-aura enchantments just to really stick with the theme. Eriette, though, was pretty fun. I had some fun games, and oh my god, that Nadu game was possibly the funniest thing that could have happened with this deck. So a shout out to that guy for playing a land you shouldn't have, But game action addiction is real, and it hurts us all. If you're looking for the deck list, it's in the description of the video. And if you'd like to consider supporting my channel, you can join the members program on YouTube as well. If you join at the highest tier, you also get to request a deck for me to brew and make a video on. So if you want to be like Brian and request a deck, you can totally do that. There should be a link somewhere on my page, including like a support the channel one that's down below in the description. So thank you to everybody who supports the channel through the members program. I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.